What's poppin'? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Finally coming back again to have a video, more battle rap news, y'all. We gonna recap Kaboom and Chef Trez, man. They just dropped like a week ago on the Battle Academy. As y'all know, Kaboom, he's Philly legend, Philly battle rap legend. He was with Touch Money. Back in the mid 2000s, early to mid 2000s, late 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Legendary group. Okay, we got Chef Trez. As y'all all know in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? Chef Trez is like my top. He's in my top 10, definitely. You know what I mean? He's a great puncher, great rebuttaler, and Kaboom is known for his puncher style as well. But they just battled recently in the Battle Academy. I'm gonna break down rounds 1 and 2 for y'all. Okay, round 1. We have Chef Trez. Chef Trez went first. He had some dope lines, man. He had one-on-one our dog niggas. He had a lot of points I gave him. I gave him a point. He had a line where he said one-on-one our dog niggas, Cruella DeVille. That was fire. One-on-one, like 101 Dalmatians, Cruella. Remember the movie? That shit was fire. He said basically he said little shit. He said shit was me and him and Kaboom shit was personal, like a man cave. That shit was alright. Okay, that shit was okay. Another line I gave him a point for. He said when it's up, it's stuck. I do not bargain. When it's up, it's bucks like the stock market. That shit was fire. All that shit correlated with each other. He said, I gave him a half a point. He had a line where he said, I knew a lot of humble niggas, but it wasn't that when they lift their piece up. Cool, you know what I mean? He's saying lifting the piece and all that. Yeah. That was fire. That correlated. I gave him another point. He had a boom paperwork line that was fire. He was heating up. In this round. And okay, Chef Trez has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. I gave him a 5 for round 1. And that's very good because his rounds wasn't that long. You know what I'm saying? Like his round wasn't stretched out. His round was about 2.5, 3 minutes. And that's good. That's all right for that. Okay, Kaboom, round 1. I had Kaboom. Kaboom was saying a lot of shit, but Kaboom was we know him. He's a name flipper. You know what I mean? He does that a lot, and back-to-back punching with the name flips. He does that very well. Okay, I gave him a half a point. He said shank press. He said he gonna have a shank press. He like the battle before. It's like, as y'all know, Shank Prezi, that's the name of a battle rapper, and Boy E, you know what I'm saying? They battled before them, and he put it together, saying he gonna have the shank press. You know what I'm saying? Press Chef Trez. That was a fire. When you meet, you going. All right, I gave him another half point. He said jambalaya. When we meet, you gonna get done Cajun. He said he gonna have his shit like jambalaya. When we meet, you gonna get done Cajun. That was okay. I gave him a half a point for the, you know what I mean, the way he put this shit together. It was okay. I gave him another half a point. What he say? He said the gun waving when he's sitting out. He said the gun waving when he's sitting out, the gun beam down on you, sunbathing. That shit was alright. That shit was cool. Sunbathing, getting gun beam. It was alright. I gave him a half. That's why I'm giving him half points for this stuff. He starts to cook up at the end of the round. And now I gave him another half a point. He said you get cooked. You get cooked in here with. You get cooked in here with boom. It's like turning. He said it's like turning on the stove with a gas leak. That shit. Okay, that was fire. That was fire. Cook, boom, gas. It's gonna be the gas gonna. That was fire. That was okay. But then notice I'm giving him half a points for some of this stuff because of I know his capability. You know what I'm saying? And boom is fire. He's getting better. You know what I'm saying? Okay, he starts cooking up, y'all. I gave him a point for this. He said machine with a bean clip that'll turn your bean into bean dip. That shit. He said he had a machine with a bean clip that turn your bean into bean. That shit was alright. Okay, I gave him another point. He said half. He said love Chef Grill in the middle of the street like Queens. He said he had half Chef Grill in the middle of the street like Queens Flip. That shit was hot. That was fire. As y'all know, Queens Flip. There was some posts on Instagrams of him grilling in the middle of the street. He said yeah, had Chef Grill like Queen. That shit was fire. That shit was fire how he put it together. I gave him a point for that. He said you want to be Kevin, I want to be Gil. We talking about different Gates. That was fire. Kevin Gates, you know, the rapper, you know, say Bill Gates. He said he wants to have money like Bill Gates. That was That was alright. That was fire. Okay, I gave him another half a point. What he say? Pound. We say when I pound it ain't a dat. What you think? What you think I ain't? What you think I ain't a dat? I really. I don't know. I ain't. Turn to almost. Turn into a ghost trying to face killers. He said turn into a ghost trying to face killers. That was fire. I gave him a half a point for that. Ghost face killer, like the rapper turn into a ghost. You trying to face a killer, you gonna get smoked. You know what I mean? That was alright. I gave him a half a point. He got like as y'all know, boom. He got a lot of half a points because he started heating up in the next round even more. But he's gonna like. I'll give him half a points because of, you know what I mean, shit is clever. You know what I'm saying? But it's not as crazy, but it's clever to say. Like far as, you know what I mean, the word play that he's using. Okay, he said when I pop, it's a rap like a. He said when I pop, it's a rap like a Father's Day. That shit, like I don't know, that shit wasn't that crazy, but it was funny though. You know what I'm saying? Father's Day gift, you rapping it, and you pop. You know, I don't gotta explain that. You know what I'm saying? It was funny. It was alright. Like I'm only giving him a lot of these half a points because of the word play and association. You feel me? So for round one, I scored. I got Chef Trez at a 3, 2, 3. I got Chef Trez at a 5. And I got Kaboom at a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got him at a. I got him at a 6. I got him at a 6. He's slightly edging that round to me. That round is debatable. But then again, Kaboom, he went a lot over the time limit. You know what I'm saying? But as you know, he probably would. It was that battle was here in Philly. It was home, so he went over the time limit. But it's all right. Okay, we got round 2. Chef Trez. Okay, I gave him a point for, he said Queens Flip. I could go from battle rap to having rappers in the view. That shit was fire. That shit was fire out the gate. How Queens Flip be interviewing some battle rappers and shit like that. He said I could go from Queens Flip to having Queens Flip for battle rap. When he could go from Queens, because Queens Flip was battling niggas a little bit. He said that having rappers in the view, like with the gun, that shit was fire. Okay. He half a point. I gave him a rebuttal. He said turn it on the stove with a gas leak that you know I'm fired with the burners. That shit was hot. He rebutted what Kaboom said when Kaboom just went the previous round. That shit was fire off the top. Off like the Chef Trez, that's smarts. That's off the top. That's something he didn't even write to prepare. That's just because he's like a rebuttal king. So that was fire off the top. Okay, I gave him another half a point. He said I heard Frank been going crazy while I slapped him till the grip was gone. That shit. You know what I mean? That's Frank with the grip was gone. That's his name. But that shit, like a lot of that shit is, I'm giving him half a points for that because of his rebuttal and his off the top. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit he didn't write down. That's just thinking on the spot that your opponent said something around before you incorporating it into your round. So okay, gave him another half a point for wordplay. He said even a nigga Sis can get it. When he was saying Cicero was at the battle. Cicero was there, as y'all know, Philly battle rap legend Cicero. He said even the nigga Sis can get it, like a nigga sister, but his name sounds like that. So that was fire. Wordplay. Gave him another half a point. Okay. We got Chef Trez cooking up. I gave him a point. He said this gun, I'm a Muslim and let at least 5 pillar. That shit was fire. I was wondering why niggas was reacting like that. I actually looked that shit up. It's 5 pillar. It's something called the 5 pillars of Islam. And he said this gun, he's gonna muzzle the gun and wordplay, Muslim. And he said I'm gonna let at least. That was fire. That might have been the most fire thing he said in the battle. That was fire. I gave him a point for that. Chef Trez is fire. Niggas need to stop sleeping on Chef Trez. Okay, I gave him another point. He said if a guard would have stepped up like he was going to air something, I would have got the CO2. That shit was fire. CO2 is the abbreviation, one of the abbreviations for carbon dioxide. He said like he was going to carbon dioxide air wordplay. He stepped up like he was going to air something with a gun, and all that shit is fire. All that shit is fire. Okay, another point. He said if I put a big K in front of Boom, it would be hard to come back from it. That shit was fire because Adi Boom battled Big K and he, you know what I mean, he exposed him for like, you know what I mean, snitching and shit like that. He said, and Adi Boom didn't really come back from that. You ain't heard shit from Adi Boom since that battle. And boom, Kaboom name goes with, you know what I'm saying, Adi Boom. That shit was fire. Okay. What I gave him another half point. He said he caught a few backs out of, what did he say? He said he caught a few backs out of nowhere. He caught a few bucks out of, yeah, he said he caught a few bucks out of nowhere like a stimulus. I gave him a half a point for that. That's some funny shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know stimulus. I don't have to explain that shit. The stimulus shit dropped. You know what I'm saying? And that was, you know what I mean? So a lot of people was checking their accounts and, oh shit, my shit came. You know what I mean? Boom. A few bucks. That shit was fire. Okay. Round 2 for Kaboom. So, all right. So for Chef Trez for round 2, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5. I gave Chef Trez a 5.5 for round 2. Okay. For round 2 for Kaboom, I got he started off with a rebuttal. He said the time limit. He said time. Damn, what do you say? He said time limit, dog. He said you bitching about the time limit. He said, dog, I spit. I just did time, so I'm gonna take advantage of all I get. That was fire, because you know, boom, he just came out of jail, you know what I'm saying? He trying to take advantage of the time. He was just locked up, but it is what it is. I gave him a half a point for that. That was some real shit. You feel me? Okay. Another half a point. He said, I treat Chef like a waiter and let him host this tray. That's your Chef ready to host this. I let him host this tray. You gonna be the host for this shit. That shit was alright. I gave him a hat. I'm not giving him a whole point for that because it's not crazy, but the wordplay and association. That's what I'm giving him a half a points for. Okay. Another half a point. He said, I noticed that you like to go off top, but when you go off topic, he said, but you go off topic when you do it. That shit, I gave him a half a point because, you know what I mean, it's true. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes he do go off topic a little bit. Off topic. That shit, like it's just the wordplay that he's using that's clever. So that's why I'm giving him half a points. Okay. I gave him 1 point for, he said, when he see that Iron Chef a bitch, I turn Bobby Flay into Rachel Ray. That shit was fire. I actually had to look that shit up. I didn't even know what that was myself. So I looked it up. You feel me? People was reacting crazy. So I looked it up, and that was like the chef show where Bobby Flay used to be the chef, and then it was Rachel Ray. So he said he said when Chef see the iron, that shit was fire. It was good wordplay association, and I actually had to look it up to see if it was fire or not to give him a point. So which I did. Another point. He said the ratchet I got for this bastard is old dirty. Push you back. He said the ratchet I got for this old dirty bastard. Okay, ratchet I got for this bastard, old dirty. Push you back 12 steps. He got kicked off smack. He stopped getting used. He cold turkey. That shit was alright, like cold. We all know, man. This is grown up shit. Cold turkey. A lot of motherfuckers don't like that dry ass cold turkey shit. A lot of motherfuckers don't eat it no more. So we talking about how chefs stopped getting used. URL, smack, all that shit was okay. Calling him a turkey. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, okay, so I gave Kaboom another point. He said, nah, this battle crock pot of bullshit, so you could get stewed in it. He says, nah, this battle crock pot of bullshit, so you could get stewed in. That shit, basically, he's saying that student and student, that shit, that wasn't too much of a reach. He's saying, you're going to be my student. I'm teaching you some shit. You know what I mean? This is a crock pot of bullshit. You stewing this shit in. Okay. I gave him a point for that. I gave him another point. He said, it's gonna sting when your honey see me killing you. She gonna think you a bug. What a buzzkill I can be. In other words, I be scheming the way I got these bodies pilling. He said, way I got these bodies piling, give me my flowers. I would have my flowers for free. That shit was fire. That whole association, you know what I'm saying? He said he got bodies piling. How a bee does with the pollen and the flowers and shit like that. A buzzkill. That shit was alright. That shit was nice. I gave him another point. He said since he repping the cave, I'ma hit Chef with a bat since he won't put no ratchets to me. It's like it's like Ratatouille, because that movie, a chef, in that movie, the chef was a rat. That shit was hot. That shit was hot. The movie Ratatouille, the chef was a rat. Since he rapping that cave, I'm gonna hit you with that shit. That shit. That shit was hot. That shit was hot. Okay. He gets more. This is a long recap, man. Another half a point. He said, I won't cater to the chef, but I'm gonna bring a meal wherever you at. That shit was alright. You know what I'm saying? You know, chef caters. They bring you food. It's alright. I gave him a half a point. He's getting a lot of half a points because shit is not that crazy. It's just his word association and his wordplay, how he's using it in his battle. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was doing. It, like off the first watch, that shit was fire to me. It's not sounding that fire now, but that shit was fire to me the first watch. Another half a point. He said it's Trez today because Trez ain't you gonna get washed. With like Trez ain't you gonna get washed here. Trez that's a shampoo brand. So it was like, so I'm giving him half a point. I gave him another point. He said for rebuttal, he said, since you want to be frank, Ali, your grip is going to call this and cost the same gorillas as Cree. That shit was fire because Cree gorillas are one of the top. I had to look that shit up. That's a strong, powerful group of gorillas. The Cree gorillas. That shit, you know what I mean? Talking about, and they call Frank with the grips going to gorilla. So that's word association and word play. That was all right. So for round 2, I got Chef Trez at a 5.5. I got Kaboom with a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5, 7. I got Kaboom at an 8 for round 2. So all right, y'all. That's the recaps for round 1 and 2 for Chef Trez and Kaboom. I'm sorry for this long drawn out video, man. I had my shit written down. But chill, if you're new to the channel and you like battle rap, like, comment, subscribe to my channel, man. Battle rap and hip hop 411, man. Fonnie Coleman. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, man. I holla at y'all, man. Be easy.